So we're going to prep a board for our plein air painting drawing. The first thing that we always have to have is our name, first name and last. And then we also need our class period. And then we will flip it over so that our name is on the back as well as our class period. Then we're going to tape this down. My tape is messed up here. I'm going to go ahead and make it flat. The way I do this is I'm going to stretch it along here and then lay it down, try to make it straight to where some is touching the paper and some is touching the board. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the top. And then the sides. This is called stretching a paper. The reason we stretch it is so that it doesn't warp or curl up. This is extremely important whenever we're doing watercolors. But because we're going to be putting acrylic onto just a thick piece of paper, this was going to help it from warping up as well. Next thing we're going to do is what's called as toning the ground, if I can open the paint. This is just regular house paint. We're going to tone the ground with it. It is acrylic, so it is very similar to our acrylic paint. I'm going to put quite a bit out onto this board, but as a table, we're going to share just one palette because it's just one color, and I'm going to dip a thick, large brush into the paint, and then I'm going to kind of wipe it out over here to the side. I want the brush to be kind of dry, and then I'm just going to kind of make these X marks, and then I'm going to brush them out. I want this to stay pretty dry, and I'm not looking to make the paint thick. I'm going to do the whole board this way. If some of the white paper peeks through, like this right here, that's okay. But over here where we have large amounts of white paper, we're going to go back over that. Notice that I'm pressing pretty hard, really pushing out that paint. These brushes can take the abuse. It's not necessarily like a crisp angle brush that we're trying to keep a nice edge on. These brushes can be kind of splayed out a little bit, and they'll make it through it. Okay, you'll notice that my paper is already kind of buckling a little bit, and so I don't want to put too much paint on it. I'm going to call that done. The other thing that I need to make sure that I have is my name on the front. I'm going to use a Sharpie so that you can see it. You can use a pencil or a Sharpie, but I need first, last, and my class period. So make sure to have those things on the front and on the back. I want to back my paper and then on my front. This board will reuse, and you can see where a student has already started on the other side. Where they've started to create their plein air painting. They're painting this outside, they drew it outside, they're painting outside. So once this dries, we'll actually draw with pencil on top of this, and then we'll come back in on another day and paint on top of that pencil drawing, okay? So that's what we're going to do today, is prep for another day.